Well, this is awesome. Um, I'm going to talk to myself for a few seconds until some more of you join me. I just announced to my family I'm starting, so they are locked away in the office with the dog, and they are doing homeschool upstairs in the office. So, this is really just an opportunity. We want to make sure that each of you, as the women at IBC and anyone else who's tuning in, know that we're here for you. We haven't gone anywhere. Our faces are still around. We are still here. And Tiffany is hogging Tuesdays, basically. So just kidding. Isn't she doing amazing? I have loved watching her. And so it's already fun. Some of you have logged in and said hi. So we appreciate that so much to know that a lot of my friends are here. So really, we just want to make sure that you know that we're here. And some of you have read the blog that we posted. IBC is starting a new blog series, and I got the fun opportunity to launch our blog series, which is very exciting. And I just got a message that my nephew is watching. So, hey, E, it's good to see you. Anyway, so what I really just want to jump in and tell y'all, wow, this is crazy. We've all had to make adjustments and new healthy choices. And Carrie was telling me, Carrie, who's on our team, that one of the healthy choices she has made is that she has stopped following news sites and started following happy people. So places with good news. And so that is something that I thought was amazing. I personally have started making my bed. I don't know about you, but don't tell anyone else, but I don't make my bed on a regular basis. But I have started making my bed every morning, and it's just like clean bed, clean mind. That's kind of how I feel when I start my day. So have you made healthy choices? I would love to hear what new healthy choices you have started making in this quarantine season. So comment and let me know what choices you have been making. And so also welcome to my home. I'm sitting in the dining room. Fortunate to have one of my friends just asked if it was a new piano, and we got it a little while ago. It was my great aunt and uncle's, and so we are incredibly fortunate to have it here in our house. But welcome. I just asked everyone to comment and let me know what are some healthy choices you're making in this quarantine season. And another one is actually, what is the most unused utensil in your house right now? Maybe not utensil, but like the most unused thing in my house right now is my car keys. Now, I don't know about any of you, but I have not been going out. And so yesterday I drove for the first time since March 12th. I could not believe it. And I got in my car and thought, oh my gosh, I hope I remember how to do this. And I backed out of the driveway a little more slowly than before. So what is the most unused thing in your house right now? I can think of some better ideas, but some might be appropriate here. I don't know. Underwire bras have really just not been something I've leaned into in this time. And so we all have things that all of a sudden we aren't using. Things are different right now, aren't they? But so what we're doing here at the house, my husband is essential. He is a pilot, and so he has had to go out to work all the time. And so the reason I haven't been driving is he is driving. He's doing all of our getting out and shopping, and my daughter and I, we're staying quarantined. I am currently homeschooling my second grader, had to think about that, and also working and trying to balance those two. We are in just this weird season. Tiffany talked about on Tuesday how she is learning, well, I don't know if it was this Tuesday, but learning to balance grief and joy at the same time, and how we can have these different emotions, but we have to learn how to hold them all together. It's not just having one emotion here and one emotion there. I don't know about you, but all of our emotions can be all over the place. And so I wrote this blog about hope and about climbing to the watchtower. I remember I was appointed a lesson when we were studying Psalms, a lesson about hope. And so I was a little disgruntled because hope is not really my thing. I don't really lean into things that I don't know are gonna come true. I don't lean into the unknown all of that much. When I was younger and I asked my mom tons of questions about the Lord and about the Bible, she said, Amy, God has given us enough that we know that let's focus on that. Because if we start focusing on all of the unknown, it will just frustrate us. And let's focus on the known until we have that all figured out. And I don't know about y'all, but I don't have even the known of everything figured out. And so when we talk about hope, I'm kind of like, I'm not really going to lean into that all much. But I remember a time when I really discovered that hope was not my thing. I was going to school at DTS, and it was near Valentine's, and I wore this cardigan sweater that had pink polka dots on it. And there was a guy who sat next to me in class, and he had made little moves, and I don't really know what he was talking about this day, but he leaned over and he says, hey, are you wearing that pink sweater for Valentine's Day? And I was like, no. And he was, what's wrong? What's so offensive about that? And I said, well, no, all Valentine's does is create expectations, and expectations are the death of hope, and I don't need that kind of negativity in my life. And I know some of you are totally agreeing with me because you feel that way about Valentine's, but I just didn't want to have expectations and desires that were never going to be fulfilled. And so I didn't think about those. But the thing is, we're made that way. We are made to have hope. We are made to have dreams and expectations. And so what do we do with those? I mean, right now, yours might be just to connect with a friend, and it seems impossible right now. But what does that look like? We can't think of all of these things that we can't have, but what's something that we can have? And it's that certain hope that the Lord says, He's never going to leave us or forsake us. And so Candace asked one of the questions in an earlier Facebook post. She said, what do we do with all of these emotions of the highs and the lows and everything in between, this roller coaster, and how do we not stay in the low emotions all of the time? And, the fear and the anxiety. And a really wise counselor told me once, she said, Amy, your emotions can only go as high as you're willing to go low. And I never had thought about that because I didn't really let myself experience sadness. You're seeing a little bit about me. I don't hope in things I can't have, and I don't enjoy thinking about sad things. But she told me I can only go as high in my emotions as I'm willing to go low in my emotions. That's how God created us. That's how He created our bodies. And the fact is, the Bible is full of sadness. It is full of people who are disappointed and let down. And that is why we have an entire book of the Bible called Lamentations. It's full of laments. And so let me do first off, it is okay to be sad. It is okay to grieve. There are lots of things that we have given up, and it was not by our choice. But what we can do is when we get into that place of sadness, we allow ourselves to grieve, we allow ourselves to lament. But so that we don't stay in that place, I think something very practical is just to start naming God's promises. They are throughout all of Scripture, that He will never leave us. The fact that He places His Spirit within us, that He's not just with us, but He is in us, that He has a plan and a purpose, that He has named us His priesthood of believers to the rest of the world, that He has chosen us, that He has adopted us to be His sons and daughters, and that He cares more about us than the birds of the air, that the fact is He knew this pandemic was coming. He knew that whatever situation you have found yourself in, you're not alone. This something my mom always said, I'm probably going to quote her lots of times, and she's tuning in. Hi, Mom. But she always said, Amy, this did not catch God off guard. And how thankful can I be that we worship a God who everything in this world either comes to us either through His hand or by His hand. And now we know that God does not cause evil because it is completely out of His character. He is good and He is worthy. And so we can know that He doesn't cause evil. evil comes into this world because of brokenness, because we live in a broken and fallen world, and bad things are going to happen. But that what we know is that when those bad things happen, God does not turn his face away from us. As a matter of fact, his face is always toward us. So we just make the choice to lean in and look for him. And I remember a dark time our family was going through, and my mom probably won't remember this, but we were on the phone and she was really struggling with something, and I was wrestling and just wondering, Lord, where in the world are you? And what are you doing? And why aren't you providing in the way I think you should? And just so many questions that I really didn't understand. And we were hanging up the phone, and I said to my mom, I said, well, hang in there. And I know so many of us have said that right now. Hang in there, do your best, hang in there. And my mom said, you know what, Amy? I'm not going to hang in there. And I was like, what are you talking about? You need to hang in there. We need you. And she said, Amy, I'm going to stand firm. And so I want to challenge each of you to stand firm. I remember when I heard that, it changed just my thoughts about the situations and how we deal with things. I don't want to be someone who is just hanging in there. I mean, I may be hanging on for dear life, like onto a branch by my pinky, but the fact is, I don't have to do that on my own. God is with me, and it's not just my pinky that's hanging on. It's his strength going through me that is helping me to stand firm in who he is, and to trust and believe. And so that's what I want to challenge all of you to do in this time. Climb, if you have a chance, go read through that blog, because the thing is, when we're in the middle of a battle and we are just sitting right here, it looks like we're about to be completely taken out. But I heard Tim Keller, my favorite author, once say that you can climb to the watchtower and have faith in the watchtower. And so what that means is we can climb to the watchtower, and right now we can only see April. And God help us all. Lord, have mercy on our souls. We are stuck in our homes with either all the people or none of the people, and both have struggles. And that's what April looks like. But I want to encourage you to climb the watchtower and look out, and you can see what the Lord says to us. And he says, I'm coming. And you can look back in all these times in your life when you wondered if he was going to make it, if he was going to show up, if he was going to do what he promised. And you know what? He did. And this is one of those times. And so if you are just going through this crazy, unbelievable time of just, God, what in the world are you doing? He is probably not going to reveal to you exactly what he's doing right now, but he's going to reveal to you who he is and who his what his character is, and that's that he knew this was coming. This didn't catch him off guard, and he's right there with us. And so just want to encourage you to do those things, to stand firm, to climb the watchtower, to concentrate on what you do know. And then once you've run out of things that you do know, then start working on what we don't know. But I just want to remind you, we are here for you, and we are all in this together. I am not as put together as Tiffany, who actually put on nice clothes. I put on my fancy sweatshirt for you. I still have on my yoga pants. I saw on someone's Instagram that they said the nice shirt and the yoga pants is like the Zoom mullet. It's business on top, party on the bottom. So just think of your outfit these days. If you're on calls with people, you can put on the Zoom mullet. That is what I have done today. No toenails are painted. I have on my flip-flops, but I am wearing eyeliner. So that is you're welcome to all of you. And then if any of you are if you're just looking for a place to connect, maybe you haven't been with your people, and maybe you have people that you can connect with right now. I want to encourage you. Our church, Irving Bible Church, has launched Zoom, or actually we'll just call them virtual formation groups. It's kind of like a small group, but you're meeting on Zoom, so you all meet together. And it may be people you don't know, but the fact is there's at least one thing. I can name several things we all have in common. We're all meeting virtually. We're coming into this not knowing what to do. This is the unknown, right? And this is uncharted territory, but we can all come and do this together. So if you are looking for community right now, check out our virtual formation groups. Find a place to connect with other people, because let me tell you, while I am confident and positive about God and his presence within us, he also gives us one another. Earlier, I had on my shirt that said, we need each other. And I took it off because it was kind of grungy and put on my fancy sweater. But I still believe in the fact that we need each other. And this time more than ever, we need to lean in and tell the jokes and do the hard things and stand firm. And so every Thursday, tune in. We'll have a different staff member from Women at IBC who's just sharing her heart. It's me and Jody and Carrie. And then you'll have Tiffany's on Tuesdays with Tiffany. But just today, pass that word along. Stand firm. That's what God has for us. And we can do that because he hasn't left us. He hasn't forsaken us. And you don't have to do this alone. So that's all for now. I think I've covered everything I need to. If you feel the same way about hope as I do, and you don't really like people telling you hope, you can just tell them, hey, I have certain hope. I'm in the watchtower, and we don't have to worry about expectations because everything has fallen from the sky at this point. So our expectations have gone, and we just have this out. So I've enjoyed these few minutes with you. Y'all have a great day and enjoy your coffee, and we will see you next time. Take care.